Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Valrico here, and today I want to talk about uh, Battlefield 2042. This is an overall video. I want to talk about games that I'm forcing myself to play, or was forcing myself to play, that I'm just not going to do anymore. Um, I like what I like. I think everybody likes the games they like to play, and that's just the bottom line. I think one thing that people get focused on is like what everybody else is playing. Who gives a Frenchman's fuck what everybody else is playing? It's not relevant. It doesn't matter. I've been playing Gears 5 solo by myself, having a great time, playing ranked, playing whatever. It doesn't even matter what game mode it is, you can find a game match, no problem. People say, oh, that game's dead. It's not dead. There's a shit ton of people playing that game. You got the entire Xbox community. You got PC. It's not that many of them on Steam. But I don't think Steam calculates in the people that are playing on Windows 10. If they do, let me know in the comments below, but I don't think so. I own those games on Windows 10, or the Windows Store. Halo Infinite, another game I enjoy playing. I play it on Windows 10 as well. It actually has a pretty decent amount of players on Steam. Both these games, by the way, are 4v4 for the most part. So even if it's a player pool of 5,000 people, for instance, it's 4v4. You're never going to run into the same guy over and over and over and over and over again. It's just not going to happen. But I want to talk about Battlefield 2042. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. I got 30 hours in that game. I've tried to like convince myself that this is a good game. It's not. That game is the worst Battlefield game ever, and it's not even close. It has less of a player count than Battlefield 5, which, and that's on Steam, by the way. I don't know if they include Origin players, but I just made the argument earlier talking about player count. That's irrelevant. We're just going to leave that to the side. As a game, the problem with that game is the matchmaking is terrible. For some, like, okay, so there's 128 players, so 64 versus 64, right? Boom. You press the launch button. Problem number one is there's no server browser. This would eliminate a lot of the problem if they would just implement a fucking server browser so that way you can avoid bots. But they don't. So you just launch the game, get in there, half the lobby's filled with bots. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but it's one of the worst ideas I've ever seen them make. Actually, it is the worst idea. It's garbage. This game is worse than Battlefield Hardline. I'm sorry. It's trash. Why would you put bots in a big all-out war battle game? That's just, I mean, and that shit was like that day one. Like, I don't feel good killing bots. On Gears 5, there's bots if you play casuals. When you play ranked, they put you in a match 4v4 with real live players. They don't launch the match unless you got those people in the lobby. When you play Halo Infinite, I don't even think on casual they have bots. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure on quick play they just launched the game with those set amount of players. And I think if somebody backs out, they might put a bot in, but they don't launch the match with bots. If you whoop somebody's ass so bad, you start seeing 343 Dan and 343 Steve. That makes me feel good inside. That makes me feel like I ran a motherfucker out the lobby. I wish Gears was like that as well, but it's not. But Battlefield 2042, bro, you'll launch into a match. You just click play. They'll put you in a lobby trying to build a lobby, and you'll sit there for 2, 3, 4 minutes, and nobody joins. How? When did that game come out? 2020? 2022? Whenever it came out. It's been multiple years that game's been out. That you can't, like, the matchmaking's still ass. Another thing that's wrong with that game. The game would have played better if it had 128 players on the legitimate same size maps that they had 64 players. I'm totally convinced of that. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty convinced of that. And the reason why is because this C1, C2, B1, B2. Like, the map is so huge. You know, on traditional Battlefield, you'll get into pretty good battles on certain flags, but then you'll finally progress to another flag. You can move around the map. At some point, you're going to be able to run to every single flag on the map. You're going to end up getting into a fight on every single flag on the map. You can get stuck on 2042 on C1 and C2 the entire game, or B1 and B2 the entire game, and never see the other maps. And to me, that ruins the fun of the game because there's no progression. There's no feel like you cleared out a flag and you moved on to the next. And I'm specifically talking about Conquest. You've cleared out an area and moved to the next. There's so much shit going on all over the map. Instead of it being concentrated on, boom, I got into a fight on B. We cleared him off B. It took a minute, but we got him off. Now we're going to progress to C. And then we cleared him off C. Now we're going to progress to E flag. You know what I mean? The flow on that game is absolutely horrible. Just terrible. And I can't do it. I deleted it. I'm done with it. I'm just only going to play, until the next Battlefield comes out, I'm only going to play Battlefield 5. I got almost 200 hours in that game. I have all the weapons unlocked, but I haven't unlocked everything for the weapons. The only thing I don't like about Battlefield 5 is not being able to regen 100%. Just getting out of a fight and being able to regen. If you don't have a med patch or whatever, what is it, a bandages? If you're not a medic and you don't have bandages, you're sitting there, you know, after you get to 2, 3, 4 gunfights, you're sitting there with 25 health to start a gunfight. I don't know why they didn't change that. You know, after the game came out, I don't know why they thought that, oh, I'm just going to leave it in like that. They should have changed that. It would have made people more aggressive on that game. Don't get me wrong, the people are running around and shooting every which way. But I think it would have made people less... They would hide in the bushes less, you know, with a with a mounted machine gun. That was another thing. I don't know why they thought mounted machine guns were a great idea. They should have scrapped that. And they could have changed that while the game came out. I hate when developers just stand on business sometimes. They'll just be like, nah, this is how we designed it, and we're not moving off that. I mean, they literally could have copied, like, Battlefield 4's, how do I say, recoil patterns from all the other, recoil, you know, from all the other guns on Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 5. Excuse me, Battlefield 1. They could have took the LMG recoil patterns and just slapped them into these mounted machine guns. It would have gave the game so many more guns to run around with. That's one of the weak points of the support classes. Like, bro, if you want to run around, you can't run around with a light machine gun. You have to just lay on the ground everywhere before you can get into a fight. And it just kind of, and then like it's clunky to try to post up and use your little, what do you call them, your little sticks? What the hell? I can't remember what the hell it's called. Your bipod, Jesus Christ, your little sticks. Your bipod is clunky on that game. So, I mean, it's just, they could have changed that instantly with a click of a button. But I just, you know, some of these developers, they just stand on bit. No, this is the way we designed it. We know better than the players. No, you don't. You know, which makes sense because their next game was absolutely horrid. That game came out with no, and I gave it a fair try. I gave it 30 hours. I tried my best. It comes out, no scoreboard, no stats, bots everywhere. I just, every time I kill something, I see AI next to it. I'm like, oh my, I might as well be playing single player at this point. I want to play real fucking people. I wish it wasn't in Gears' casuals. You know, it is what it is. It's in there. But for the most part, it may be one bot in there on each team. One bot. And we just kill them. You know, and you can always tell when it's the bot. You just kind of avoid it for the most part. And sometimes the bot will slap the shit out of you sometimes. Like, these aren't the bots in Battlefield 5. I mean, Battlefield 2042. These bots in Gears, they'll put you on your back. That's a fact. I hate bots in multiplayer, but it is what it is. But like I said, versus mode, no bots. Wait till the match starts 4v4, and let's get it on. I don't know. Let me know what you think about 2042 in the comment section. Like, I've tried to play it, and I just I just have way more fun on Battlefield 5, bro. There's a server browser. There's mad people to play with. There's like 25,000 people. Well, that was 22,000 people I seen earlier playing Battlefield. So plenty of servers to play in. Even if you go and play in the European servers, the lag isn't insane, you know. So I don't know. I had to get it up out of here once and for all. I can't be forced to play trash anymore. I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna. You know, Vince McMahon once said, "You're gonna learn to eat shit and like the taste of it." Well, I ain't. I just can't. I've had my fill. I can't. I can't play that trash no more. Any trash game is getting the fuck out of here. I'll play mid-story games, but when it comes to multiplayer, if that shit is mid and something I don't enjoy for a multiplayer, which I rarely play multiplayers these days, I'll play Halo and I'll play Gears. And I'm not even an Xbox guy, but those are just very understandable and makes sense multiplayer games. I'll play Battlefield 5, Fire, you know, shit like that, but 2042 is garbage, bottom line. So that being said, hopefully you enjoy the rest of this video. Let me know what you think about 2042 in the comments section. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, twitter.com/Falrico, youtube.com/Falrico, and I'm out of this bitch. Peace.